Hello guys, how are you doing? I'm so happy that you've tuned in. My name is Winfred, for those of you who are watching for the first time, and for those of you that have already watched the program before, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and the returning subscribers, thank you for watching and thank you so much. And those of you who are just watching for the first time, please subscribe. Remember, it's free. Just hit that button and you'll get the alerts as and when new videos come in, and you'll be able to watch them as they drop in. I always premiere at about 11 o'clock East African time, every Monday to Friday, so you can tune in and watch the premiere. Otherwise, today we are going to be making a carrot cake that is not oven baked. Yeah, a carrot cake that is not oven baked. So if you've been wondering, can I ever make a cake without an oven? Today you're in luck, because we are just going to be using the plate for cooking. So if you have a charcoal stove, if you have charcoal at home, if you're going to be using firewood, the same method. It's just that we are not using the oven today, so you'll be able to learn how to make a carrot cake easily without the oven. So join me and see the ingredients I'm going to use and how I'm going to do that carrot cake. Now, the ingredients that we are going to use to get this non-oven baked carrot cake are carrots grated. You may be wondering, why is it that most of the time I'm making carrot cakes? I enjoy them, and I just thought, in case you liked the first video but you were knocked off by the oven, you could try making it on your plate or your fire directly. So I'm going to use the carrots grated, some salt, sugar. This is 2/3 of sugar, and then I'm going to use cinnamon powder, baking powder 1 teaspoon, and then baking soda 1/2 teaspoon. I'm also going to use 3 eggs. I will use some bit of raisins and flour. As you have seen, guys, that is all, and oil. Not much is required for this. That is why I go for these carrot cakes, because they are easier. Now, to start off, I would start off by breaking my eggs. I'm using 3 of them because of the measurements that I have set and servings. You will find that the way of making this cake is different from the other one that we made before. Just slightly different, but still gives you the same results. It's just that this one is going to be baked on the fire directly, as opposed to before. And the one before that I made had chocolate, and this time round I'm using raisins. So what I'm going to need now is my cake mixer that I'm going to turn on, and then mix my eggs very well before adding something else. These have done for a minute at high speed. Now I'm going to add my sugar. This is brown sugar. You can go ahead and use granulated sugar or the white sugar, any sugar that you have. It's just that I'm using this brown sugar for now. So I'm going to mix this until the sugar is nicely blended. now that my sugar is nicely blended, I'm going to add the oil. You start off with the wet ingredients before you get to the dry ingredients. Now what I'm trying to do is scoop out all my oil, so that this is 1/3 of a cup of oil, vegetable oil. You can use sunflower oil, you can use olive oil. I'm just using vegetable oil for now. Now I'm going to mix until it's nicely blended. That is the last time I'm using the cake mixer. Time to put in other ingredients and just do folds. Now I'm going to use a cup of flour, and then I'm going to add my cinnamon, baking powder and baking soda all in one go, and then I'll sieve. You may be wondering, why am I sieving? I'm trying to make sure that my flour and my dry ingredients are fine and clean, because most of the time we can use the baking powder, but the storage is not the best, or even the way where we buy it from when it was not properly stored, and you find in other things that you would not want in your cake. We just want the fine things only, no impurities. So I'm going to sieve until all I have in there is just clean and what I want in my cake. Remember, I put in there cinnamon and baking powder, baking soda, and I think that will do. Whatever is left, I will not use. So now I'm going to bring in the gentle folding. I will mix until there are no crumbs. I'm using a small spatula just to make sure that my mixture is fine and not crumbed. This I do gently because I don't want to overmix the cake. And once this is done and you're happy with the mixture, you can go ahead and add the carrots and the raisins. You can actually add anything. Some people add walnuts, others add chocolate, like you saw in my previous video, for those of you who have watched who have been watching. Now I'm adding my carrots. These are just two medium-sized carrots that I grated, and I'm going to add a bit of raisins and do the same folds. Not too much, but just enough. Carrot cakes are nice with raisins. Just like you can put in chocolate chips, still these raisins would give it a whole new taste. I'm not going to put too many, but just enough. And then from here I fold. But before I go any further, I'm going to preheat my pan. Remember, we are not using the oven, we are using the fire. So I'm going to preheat my pan and prepare it for the cake coming. Now this is the pan I'm going to use, and this is how it looks. These are our local pans. Actually, it's got some water in there. I'll drain it, and at low heat I'll let my pan sit and preheat. I'm going to put this inside. This is my baking tray, but because I don't have a steamer, I'm going to use this for now to help steam my cake or bake it on the pan. I'll put it inside and I'll cover. Now that is my pre-preparation. Just like you would be using the oven to preheat, I'm preheating my pan at low heat as I finish up with the mixing. Now I continue with the folding of my butter. Gentle folds, guys, so that the cake doesn't come out different. You do gentle folds just to mix the carrots with the butter and the raisins. Now I've finished mixing. Time for me to set the pan that I'm going to use to bake my cake. Now I've got myself, let me oil my pan a bit so that it doesn't stick everywhere. But from here on I need to be a bit fast because remember I'm heating my pan on the fire and I don't want it to burn. So I'm going to use this lining baking paper to line the tray, and then I'm also going to oil it as well. This will make it easy for my cake to get off and not burn and stick. So once this is done, I'm going to pour the butter in there and get baking. So I'm putting it in. Those of you who enjoy carrot cakes, you will love this one. I enjoy carrot cakes because I think because of the fact that I know it's carrots in there, it makes it more exciting, more intriguing, and they're easy to make, guys. As you have seen, it didn't take me long, and before you know it, I'll have myself a cake. You can make any cake even when you don't have a cooker or oven. You can still go ahead and bake and enjoy yourself with your loved ones. With these nice simple cakes, and for once not buy, especially if you're a lover of cake. Now I can hear my pan making noise, a clear sign that it is ready. Now I'm going to let it set a bit. This is what I'm doing to make it set, and remove all the air pockets, and then I'm going to sit it in there for about 40 minutes. I'm going to cover and let it bake for about 40 minutes to 35 to 40 minutes. Once the skewer comes out dry, my cake will be ready for serving. Guys, I've kept my cake on low heat, really low heat, for about an hour, and as you have heard, the timer has just gone off. Time to check, and voila, our cake is ready. If you put a skew like I'm going to and it comes out dry, then the cake is ready. But if it comes out wet, then it's not ready. Now as you can see, the skew is dry, a clear sign that my cake is ready. So I'll take it out and let it sit until it cools, then I can take it out of the tray. Now I'm going to open my tray and see how the cake is doing. Get it off and then let it cool. That's the advantage of these trays, guys. The moment you unlock, it should be able to let go and your cake should be able to get off easily. Now I'm going to put it on the rack to cool, but since I've just taken it off the fire, I just released the tray and I'm going to use my spatula to make sure it detaches off the walls of the pan. But it, guys, that is a carrot cake, non-ovened. I didn't use the oven, that's why I'm saying that. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for liking and telling friends. God bless and bye-bye.